Italian Americans, here are 4 shady things that your ancestors might have done to get into this country. Number 1, fake names and paperwork. My family did it. Did yours? Most of us know that they often change their names to avoid discrimination and find work, but a lot of us don't know that many did get deported and they needed a new identity to get in. Maybe they were minors and they wanted to get US citizenship because at the time you needed to be at least 21. And my ancestor, which I proved through ancestry research, was actually a minor, but there were no records to prove it and he ended up getting US citizenship. He also lied about the residency requirement, but that's a whole other story. Because here's the deal, none of it was verified. They were showing up on the boat with no records, no birth certificate, no passport, none of that, because prior to World War I, it just was all said by mouth. It was all said by word. These were verbal things. Number 2, faking marriages. Some women married US citizens to get in, others were literally on the boat and went, "Hey, you over there, you wanna be my husband?" You have to remember during this time period, women traveling alone to a whole other country, they were deemed as morally questionable and a burden on society because she was unmarried and she might be prone to doing sex work. She could have been denied entry for being morally questionable. So by having a husband, or saying they had a husband, they were much more likely to get in. And mind you, this was all by mouth. There were no marriage certificates to present. Number 3, bribing Ellis Island officials. Here's the deal, if you had a limp, you had a cough, you didn't pass the eye exam, you were not getting in, unless you could pay the right price, if you know what I mean. Italians once called these immigration officers fixers because they had connections. Number 4, overstaying their welcome. Once 1924 came around, quota laws were introduced, meaning that the number of Italians allowed into the country was drastically reduced. Oftentimes, what they would do is come in on work visas, temporary work visas, and claim that they were only going to be there for a short period of time, or they were temporarily visiting family, and then they just never left. Fake sponsorships, fake visits, they worked the system. When I did ancestry research, I found a lot of shady things that I thought, no one talked about this in the family. Anyway, I implore you to do some ancestry research because you might find something you didn't think you would.